Okay.
Welcome to the Talkin Moto Podcast.
Presented by ScottKingDesigns.com. Hosted by Jeff Klein.
Pretty sure she gets a lot of comments about how effing hot she is, so she's probably tired of him.
Jason Place.
But
Well, you kind of had to suspect that that's what was going on anyway.
And SKD. Oh, I hope we don't lose everything. I'm gonna feel like a jackass. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Talkin Moto Podcast. We took a week off, so yeah, now we just wiped the dust off the computer and firing it up, and hopefully she works. Do I got you, Jason?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, that's good. Who is not here is Jeff. We're gonna have to write him up for this
Slacker.
one. So,
Slacker.
yep. But
He's
if
all heartbroken.
I'm wicked pissed.
Wicked pissed.
I was gonna pay him this week too, but I guess not anymore. But
Huh.
sorry. You got your check,
Whatever. No.
right?
What's this check you speak of?
Must have been lost in the mail.
Yeah.
Oh, we got mics hitting the ground. If you guys haven't, I did a little work to the old talkinmoto.com website. So, trying to get a little bit more info up as to maybe what we're doing and what's going on. And I don't know if Jason, if you want to get in on it, we can either do it on the blog side, or if you want to write something up, we can post it up there on your take on things. I've been trying to, but
I have a hard enough time speaking. Now you want me to write something?
I know well, you know how well I talk, so I'm at like a 4th or 5th grade level. So, but it's kind of fun sometimes too, and sometimes I have to filter things out a little bit. But yeah, so we kind of trying to do stuff like that on the site. Obviously, thanks to everyone that's been helping us out. Motokazi, Plainview Power Sports, Pro Action by FDM, MB1 Suspension, Black Diamond MX, District 23, Hardline MX. Jason, how's that Northland MX going?
I don't know. It's been kind of quiet, but it's that time of the year.
That time of the year, yep. The Bicycle Works, the Damn Bait Shop, the Open Mic Podcast, and Scott King Designs. Woo. So, I don't know if you've done it yet, Jason, or I feel weird asking, but I put that Amazon link up there, so if you guys are ordering through Amazon and you go through Talkin Moto Podcast, if we can get people to go there, it's going to help us out. So yeah, we got links to GoPros and all that all over the website, but there's actually a big banner ad right underneath Jason's van on the homepage. So you click on that, and that's going to link you into our Amazon store. It pulls everything from Amazon, so it's not like it's a legit deal. So, but if you are shopping, go ahead, support the show and order through us.
It's actually a link to a virus.
Yep, and it'll ask for your biggest credit card, Social Security, and your date of birth.
It's really just our attempt to take over the world.
Oh, shoot. But let's see here. Where are we? So, yeah. What happened today that I kind of chuckled? Did you see who was going to the Joe Gibbs team?
I did. Which one made you chuckle?
Former guest, Weston Pike.
Yeah. I think it's an interesting choice.
Oh. Shoot. Hang on a
What,
second.
what happened?
Jeff's here.
Can
Trying
you hear
to
me?
sneak in. I hear you.
Fashionably late.
I also hear me. God
You hear
damn,
me
I
and
sound
you?
sexy.
I need to turn you down then.
Apparently.
All right, boys, we got an emergency.
Why, what happened now?
I have to go move my car so the wife can leave.
Oh, no.
So, Jeff, Jason, talk amongst yourselves. I will be right back. Sorry.
So what were you doing that you're so tardy?
Oh, well, we had an eventful evening here so far. Thor poked himself in the eye
Ugh.
with like a plant spike. I don't know. It's like a decorative. It was an Angry Bird plant spike, so it's got like a metal rod that sticks in the plant. And he was flinging it, and it, of course, just flung right up and stabbed him in the eye.
Wow.
So he was panicking and freaking out, and he's got dirt in his eye, and that's all gone now. But now it looks like he's got a scratch on the lens of his eye.
Yikes.
So we've done that, and then I was hauling concrete out of the basement, and I'll be doing that for about the next 6 months. So if anyone's interested, come on over. One bucket at a time.
Ugh. That sounds like hell.
It is, but it's only hell for like, a few weeks. It's been hell since June 24th when we moved in here, and I've been constantly busy.
Yeah. Well, you knew what you were getting into.
But my bike's clean. I
Is
washed
it?
that yesterday, and it's shining. It took me a long time to wash it.
That doesn't surprise me. You did have concrete all over it.
Yeah, and well, when I came home, I took a nap, so I didn't exactly wash it right away.
Didn't look too bad, though, considering the conditions.
I think once the concrete cured and the bike flexed from the second motos, it probably knocked a lot of it off of there.
Yeah.
I couldn't feel it, at least. That was good. I couldn't feel the extra weight later in the day. But my suspension could. I know that. It was bottoming everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure you had a good amount of extra weight.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that. I can ignore Scott, mute him. I can present him to everyone. I didn't know I had all these powers.
Whoa.
How do you present them to everyone?
There, I just clicked and made you front and center to everyone.
I still don't even show that you're here, so.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't want to look at you. All right, sorry. I had to move the car.
Why'd you have to move the car?
Oh, it's this little
Just
vehicle.
make the wife take the taxi.
It's the little vehicle shuffle thing, That's just what happens sometimes.
That will happen. Yesterday, speaking of having to move cars, I get home from the track yesterday, and there's there's 3 sheriff's cars and a cop car, like, surrounding my house. I was like, what the hell is going on? I couldn't even get in my driveway. So I pull up and I ask the one deputy, I'm like, dude, what the hell's going on here? And he's like, well, there's this black Yukon parked over here. It's been parked the wrong way, like on the street for 3 weeks now. He's like, we're trying to figure out whose it is and what it's doing sitting here. I'm like, it's the neighbor across the street. He's like, oh, you know whose it is? I'm like, yeah, don't you think if there was a vehicle parked in front of my house for 3 weeks, I'd probably call somebody if I didn't know whose it was? Like, don't you guys think this is a little bit of overkill because the vehicle is parked the wrong way on the street?
Then what happened? Anything?
Not really anything. There's rumors going around because there's a black Yukon XL / Suburban and all these cop cars parked around my house. But
Is it okay to say black Yukon?
I'm surprised they didn't shoot the Yukon.
I'm kind of surprised too. What I really don't
If you were
get
black, you would have
is
been shot.
a month ago I told the neighbors they're more than welcome to use my driveway because I have a huge driveway, they have a small driveway, and they're more than welcome to park it in the driveway rather than leaving it on the street. And it's just sat out there on the street ever since.
I wonder if your driveway. Oh, never mind. I can't say that.
What?
Just thinking about when that big black Yukon pulls in your driveway, what your driveway's gonna say.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Pull out?
Not the same thing. Not the same thing when you pull in.
No. I pull in, it says, "Are you here?"
Are you here yet?
Is it in yet?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
Chris wants to know, Jason, why you were all bent out of shape this week.
I don't know. When was I been out of shape?
I don't know. You were mad about something though, poking the bear or something.
Oh.
I don't know if
that
that's what he's talking about.
might be. That was Friday. That, not a good day. Not a good
You were
day.
angry.
We'll just leave it at that.
How was the last Jordan?
That was a good time.
Now that's the one where you got to run the show, right?
Well, apparently I was kind of volunteered to do that. It wasn't really supposed to happen, but yeah, Lee took off to go to a wedding, and I was running the start gate, and I don't know, apparently folks look up to me. I don't know why, but
Did you hold the gate an extra 10 seconds longer?
I'm not one of those guys that runs the starting gate the same every time. I like there to be some mystery involved. So yeah, I play around with it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
That's your job when you do that.
You have 3 to 5 seconds. Sometimes it's gonna be 3 seconds. Sometimes it's gonna be 8 seconds.
Oh, that's funny. So Caleb,
What's funny is when you delay the gate and then you drop it and you look over and there's somebody stuck in it. And you're like, oh.
Sorry, buddy.
Shouldn't be watching me. You should be watching the gate.
You should just pretend like you're gonna, do this, really get after it with your shoulder so they think you're gonna step on it, but then don't.
I don't do anything like that. Sometimes I kick it right when I walk in, and sometimes I wait a little bit. And sometimes I hire little kids to do it for me while I'm still standing there.
Well, that'd really throw them for a loop.
I did that at the pit bike races at Kellogg. I had a kid hiding in the doghouse, and nobody saw him.
Get about halfway back and then have them hit it.
Yep.
Nice.
I just kept giving him a little nod, and they finally figured it out.
Chris was saying, Chris is pretty active in the old chat room tonight. So
He is.
he said practice was pretty good, huh? But the turnout for the racing was so-so.
Yeah, it was kind of typical as far as Jordan goes. A lot of people show up for practice because, you get a lot of riding in, and then comes time to go racing and everybody leaves. I don't really know why that is, but it's kind of too bad. Awesome track. The new track layout is sweet. We put a lot of work in between practice and race practice, getting it whipped back into shape, and I think it was in really nice shape after that, but whatever, it is what it is. It's just kind of a mind blower when you have 5 or 6 pros there practicing all day and some really fast guys, and practice gets over and they leave. It kind of sucks.
Even the pro guys took off?
Yep.
My theory is they had something to do that night.
Do you want to name drop, put them on blast?
I'll absolutely put them on blast. member of the Takamoto podcast, and RSR rider Zach Williams, number 1.
Zach.
And his new teammate Blake Dungy, number 2.
Not cool.
Not cool at all, man.
Not cool. Speaking of that, no, okay. So Blake he's running outdoors, right?
Yes.
Is he running 250 outdoors or
250?
Not 450.
Not 450.
I seen. Ooh, I don't know where it was. I seen it. It wasn't on Racer X. I don't know if it was. It was some other website. I thought I seen 450. But
I don't think so.
do we
Actually, I'm 99.9% sure because I asked Zach about if any of them were going to do Monster Cup, and he said no because we don't have any 450s. And that includes the 2015s that they're getting. So, I mean, why would he? Why would he come in and race 450?
I have absolutely no idea.
That would make no sense.
Do we know if oh my gosh. I'm drawing a blank. We're not doing a good job. Jesse. Is he? No, it's Jesse and Zach again. Is that for sure?
I don't know about Jesse yet. I have not heard anything definite on him.
Oh no. And what is
I never even thought to ask Zach about it. I asked Blake about it, and he said, I don't know. I haven't really talked to him. I don't know what's going on there. So I would assume he's coming back for Supercross, unless he got something else lined up, because I know Rick had told him that he's welcome to come back and race Supercross this year, so I don't know why he wouldn't. But
what is poor Sean gonna do in the outdoors?
What do you mean?
Like, can one guy wrench on 2 bikes?
I don't know. I think that'd be tough to do. I'm planning on throwing my hat in the ring as a second mechanic.
I just think that'd be... I mean, forget, like, going to the line stuff. I mean, just practice and,
Yeah, it's one thing, from my point of view, it's one thing to do it for Supercross. I think for outdoors, it would be really hard to be taking care of 2 bikes all summer long, or taking care of 2 riders, I should say.
Right.
Obviously more than 2 bikes, but...
What else do we...
Did I just hear that you're looking for work for next summer, Jason?
No, not really.
Nah, I don't think so.
I've just been throwing my name around,
Volunteering yourself for the job?
Yes, exactly.
Find me on Twitter at Crashy552.
That's right. I still have this huge problem, whereas if I ever had a job on a professional team of any kind, that I wouldn't be able to ride, and that would drive me nuts. So I don't think I could do that. I'm not willing to give it up so somebody else can do it.
I don't know if you guys have been keeping track or watching them, but it is... What is it, the Albertson Project or Albertson Brothers?
I was just looking at that.
It's pretty cool. They had I forget the kid's name that they were at, but they're at this place and the dude's like practice mechanic or race mechanic or whatever it is. It's just like, I guess he rips on a 2-stroke and they show him hitting a couple jumps and he's just throwing it upside down. So...
Bastards.
Thought it was cool.
Cool. I mean, the other issue is, I'm sure to be a mechanic for those guys, you have to be able to do more than polish a frame. So that's probably not me.
I could change the air filter, do the oil.
You can do that part, but when it comes to serious stuff, I don't know. I don't trust myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I took the valve cover off my bike one time.
Just one time?
Yeah.
Is that why you quit riding? Because it never ran again?
We were we were riding out at Greg's, and you guys, we weren't. We had to have been buddies back then, maybe. But you guys have never ridden out at Le Mans, have you?
No.
He had I don't know, it was a decent uphill double, and I could make it like third gear on my 250F, and you could hit it in second gear, but it was starting to make funny noises. And the one day I'm riding, and it's like I'm hitting this thing as fast as I can in third gear, and I'm still coming up way short. It's like it's got no power, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And took the cover off, and all you see are all these like little brass shavings all over.
What's wrong with that?
Well, it wasn't good. So that was the end of my 2004 Honda CRF 250.
Damn it.
So sad day.
I'm crying for you.
Ugh. What else we got? Oh yeah, so like, I don't know how up to date it is. I'll have to do some more snooping, but I put on the homepage. I got like the little silly season as to who's going where and what team they're on, what class they're doing. If you check that out. Anybody?
I'll have to check that out. I didn't see that. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So yeah, I don't know why. It's a little time consuming, but it's neat to know where everyone's going, you know. And there's a few kids I've never heard of. One for Pro Circuit. I don't even know how to say his first or last name. We'll leave it at that.
Roman Febrov or whatever? Or who's coming over here from Europe?
No idea.
Well, what's the guy's name?
Who did you say?
Roman Febra or whatever. I don't know if that's who's coming over here or not.
Well, I don't know if maybe the D is silent. There's an A and a U. That could mean A or an E. It's like Arnaud or something.
Oh, Arnautonis? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, that was the wrong guy.
So
What'd you call me?
I think it's Arnaud.
I give up on reading. But yeah, so that I got him at the Monster Energy Pro Circuit squad. I still don't have I just got Ken Roxon on RCH, but I think it's pretty much Tickle's back on that one. I think
You're right.
How do you think Grant will do on the old 2-2 Motorsports?
He'll get hurt. Chad will not pay him probably. 'Cause I gotta believe Chad's smart enough to not sign a guy who's almost always hurt, and then pay him still while he's hurt. But they are kind of buddies, so maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it would be good to have him go all the way through both Supercross outdoors and not get hurt or miss something for some reason. Don't be mad. What do you think about Hansen coming back? Think he'll pull it off?
What do you mean? Like, he'll come back, but I bet he doesn't stick. Well, I don't know. He might stick for the full year.
Why is it a big deal?
Well,
What class was he running?
I read that he's going to run 250 West, and then when that's done, he's going to switch over and ride 450s. But, I don't know why it'd be a big deal. I mean, I think it'd be nice. Obviously, the dude's pretty good, but it's just, I don't know. Kind of always seem to have something mentally happen to him. I don't know. But maybe if he puts his head down and, quits goofing off, maybe he can get something done again. I don't know.
I just don't understand why everybody's all in a tizzy about it, because it's so the guy wants to come back and go racing some more. Good for him.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not upset about it. I like to see him up there battling with everybody. Oh no, refresh.
Now what?
I don't know. Stationary too long.
Oh, that'll happen.
So Caleb lost out on his title.
Yeah, now that you bring that up, man, the last 2 weeks have just been a downer.
Oh no.
I forgot about that.
What happened? Because he was in a tight battle, right? It came down to that weekend.
Yeah, he was, I think, 2 points behind.
I don't know.
But
He said he finished 8 points back, so I don't know how many he lost at Jordan. But
Folded like a cheap 10 at Gander Mountain.
well, I felt kind of bad for him because he was actually riding pretty decent in practice and had some bike trouble. And I swear to God, he's got horrible luck when it comes to bikes. I mean, the stupidest things happen to him. But ended up having to jump on my bike at the last minute. In fact, so last minute that at the end of practice, there were like 3 quads out there. And I basically went to Lee and said, can Caleb go do some laps on my bike? Because he broke his and he has to race mine tonight. So we got him on mine and he was looking pretty good. It's just when main event time rolled around, he got a horrible start and just kind of choked. So
Yeah. And that was your buddy that won, right?
my BFF,
Jeff's buddy.
we're pen pals.
Just go out, have a beer afterwards. Congratulate him.
They're bosom buddies.
Does that mean we dress up like women together?
Something like that.
Well, I only do that with you, Jason.
Oh. That makes me feel special.
You're not. You're
God.
unique, just like everyone else.
Okay.
So really, oh my, it's cold out. I'm getting sick now.
I'm with you.
So really, honestly,
I feel terrific.
terrific.
I'm gonna hack up some lung butter for you tomorrow.
Great.
See how you like that?
Keep it to yourself.
So really, all that's left for Motokazi is the banquet, right? Everything else that's it.
They are doing their fall, I forget what they call it, but there is
Blaze.
the fall blaze at Kellogg. I didn't know if that was actually happening or not because, well, it's been on the schedule all year, the paper schedule. It hasn't been on the website, so I didn't know if it was actually happening, but apparently it is.
The yeah, isn't it the? I want to say autumn blaze, but that's the blaze.
Fall, autumn, all the same thing.
Ugh. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Why is it not on the
What's
website?
Blaze?
What?
I don't get it. It's just called the Autumn Blaze.
I guess so.
Fall Blaze.
Sure.
Is it like a new annual event?
I don't think you can call it an annual event until it happens more than once, but
Well, why would you name it? Well, I guess you could name it and not have it happen more than once.
it's just kind of a, I don't want to say a copycat of like the Millville Fall Fling or whatever, but you know, it's you go ride for the day and then they're having kind of a shindig afterwards and free camping and whatnot, so might be a good time.
I wish they were doing it both days.
That's kind of what I thought. Why wouldn't you have riding
would
both
make more
days?
sense.
Yeah. Well, I think the idea is, you know, you go ride all day and then you get verschnickered.
I'm all about that.
There you
Except for the
go.
riding.
Why would I want to go riding? Silly.
When's the last time you rode?
Last time I rode. Let me find
Boy,
it.
your phone's ringing.
Last time I rode, and I'm gonna get his name wrong. That's why I want to look. It was. They had that benefit for Chad.
Chad.
Chad. Oh boy.
Chat. What chat?
The only connection I know is it was Amy's boyfriend at the time.
Who's Amy?
Growth.
Oh. I still don't know who Chad is, but
Is it Lumen?
I
I
don't
don't know if
know.
you guys know him at all.
I'm drawing
I
a
didn't
blank.
know him. So when was that? So that was April 23rd, and that has to be 2000. It's been probably 3 or 4 years. 3 years?
I figured it'd been longer than that.
Maybe it has been. Because I remember I rode Lee's 450, and it was at Kellogg, and it was kind of muddy. So that was kind of cool. And I think before then, it had been at least a year before I'd been on a bike. So I had to try to ride Lee's bike in the mud.
I think it's about time you get back on one.
I know. This is going to sound really weird. So on Tuesday nights, I'm on a bowling league now.
Nah.
So, which was funny. The father-in-law is like, "Hey, you want to sub on a Tuesday night league?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not? You know, if it's every once in a while, no big deal." So I get there and we start bowling. They're like, "Hey, you want to bowl every week?" I'm like, sure." So, anyway, the guys that were bowling a couple lanes down, they're from it's Maquanago Yamaha. So, and they all had like their, you know, race shirts or whatever you want to call them. And you wouldn't think about it, but to me, for some reason, I'm like, dang it. I want to get a bike again. But, yeah, no time.
You can always make time.
No. Too busy
Yep.
in the summer. Too busy. So yeah. Do you want to hear about my volleyball rant? This is really getting off subject.
Volleyball?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I was with you with bowling because I bowled for a bunch of years and then thought the same thing. I'll just sub for somebody and ended up bowling for 2 more years full time as a sub.
And then I
But-
threw volleyball, and then you're...
This volleyball stuff, I just don't get it.
Well, the wife signed us up through her work. So, I'll give you the quick story. there's the beer league, which we're in, and then there's another league that's like for the serious people. Now we're not too good, but we're not exactly horrible either, you know. And the team that we played against last week, they got these weird rules. So you have to, if it gets hit over, like 2 guys can't hit it back over. So if, say you're on my team, I hit it, you hit it, a girl has to hit it across. And then you gotta alternate boy girls, stuff like that. But anyway, so this is supposed to be a fun league, and the team we played against, they were pretty serious for being a fun league, I thought. Like, we hit it over, the one chick bumps it, the other chick sets it, and the other dude comes overhand smashes it. I'm like, you're up 21-9. Lay off the overhand smashes. But
Well, I suppose you think you should get a medal every time too, huh?
me?
It's competition, man.
Not. I don't think so. Not for. Maybe his. We're not in the same. I think those guys should be playing the other league above where we're at.
Oh boy,
What?
Scotty's feelings got hurt.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm out there to have fun, and if you hit me in the if you hit me in the face with the volleyball, you know,
Then we're having fun.
I'm gonna sack tap you next time you go up for the ball, bastards. But So yeah, the free time I did have is occupied right now.
That'll happen, especially when you join those bowling leagues.
It is fun though. It breaks it up from doing the normal everyday stuff.
It's a good time. I always like bowling. It's just the fact that it's, at least here, it's 33 weeks straight.
Oh.
And it's like, my God, after like week 10, it's like, okay, I'm done. That's enough.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly cheap. Anybody that says it's cheap doesn't drink alcohol.
Did you guys have any like side bets and stuff going on?
Oh, of course.
I know, like, it's all new to me, you know, like normally I play twice a year, if that. So I get down there and it's not much, you know, they play quarters or whatever. And you know, it's like if you throw a first ball gutter, it costs you $1. Every strike or spare you get a card, and the best hand at the end wins the kitty, and stuff like that. So
yeah, I made the mistake one year of basically of pretty much professional bowlers in town invited me to be on their team, and I was like, huh, I'm honored. Hell yeah, I'll bowl with you guys. And they play every game under the sun, and it was literally costing me about $80 a week to bowl with them. And then they were like, well, you don't have to play the games and that stuff. You don't have to keep spending money. It's like, okay, now I'm the douchebag that is so terrible that he refuses to play. I'm just going to do the honorable thing and quit.
Used to hang out with this guy that, you know, you go out with your buddies, it's like, you know, I'm like, all right, I'll buy, right? So he'd always get, not the most expensive thing, but like, he'd treat himself pretty nice, you know, which is fine. And then it's like, it comes time, his turn to buy, and then it's like he'd buy water or a pop, you know, like, you cheap bastard.
That's just good strategy, dude.
Yeah. What happened to Jeff? Jeff, you alive?
Yeah, I'm talking to one of our listeners. He called me.
Who would that be?
It's Matt.
Let's get him on.
Yeah, does he want to come
Say
on?
hi, Matt. How bad of audio quality do you think that is?
I'll just
Actually,
call him.
it's not horrible.
He
Jeff,
asked if I was doing it tonight. He wasn't sure, so I said, yeah, I'm on there right now. He goes, do you think they'll even notice you? I said, I know, I never say anything anyway. So.
Well, I wasn't surprised that you weren't chiming in on talking about bowling and volleyball.
does he want us to call him?
You want to get on the show? Yeah. Sure. He's got a half hour to kill, so he can be our guest tonight.
Woohoo! I like it.
Can you add him, Jeff?
I can just do it with a phone number?
Yeah, or message me his number. I thought I had it. Let me see if I can get it. Come on.
See if I remember his phone number off the top of my head.
Satellites are connecting.
We'll just get some random person.
I was kind of
Is it
hoping.
Matt?
I was hoping for a random
I'm
person.
here.
Hey,
What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
Nothing. Just living the dream.
One nightmare at a time?
That's right.
Attaboy.
You guys killing the podcast tonight or what?
Yep, we're taking it off life support.
Sounds like it.
It's going downhill fast.
we got nothing to talk about tonight.
Stop saying that.
We got
We
nothing.
got all
do you
kinds of
mean?
stuff to talk about. You just
You
keep
got the
going.
Motocross of Nations in 4 days.
Exactly.
Have you been talking about that?
German rider is out. I forget his name now because I don't remember, but
Ken Roxon?
not him.
Max Hagel?
Maybe him.
Marcus Schiffer?
That guy, Schiffer. That's who it is.
Okay.
But did you hear Roxon's not going because of his work visa? Did you hear that or read that?
Roxon's not going because he's in rehab.
What?
Well, it was his work visa / moving to a new team too. So
I thought it was the team thing more than the visa.
It was
I think the story came out just to cover his butt.
they claim his visa was he's renewing it or doing it, so he didn't want to get over there and then not come back.
That would kind of suck.
Like Dean Wilson. So
How come he just doesn't get married to some California bimbo, get his green card, and then
I don't know.
guess you gotta be married
He's
to
got some
somebody.
Florida girlfriend.
You know what? If he pays me enough money, I'll marry him just so he can stay here. I mean, that's
I'll bet
legal,
you
right?
it's a lot.
I don't know if it's legal in Florida, but it is in Minnesota.
Well, there you go.
Whoa. What, all right, Matt, what do you think the chances of Team USA, are they going to get it done this year?
I don't see why not, I guess. I mean, they really don't have an excuse not to, but I think that's the saying. It goes for every year. But they got a good team. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see. They should, but
Well, as you said, who's got a chance at beating him? That's the real question. I mean, there isn't anyone else out there that's got a team that's.
not as strong. No, they might have one person, but not 3. I don't think, like us. But
What about Team
I'm looking
Canada?
forward to seeing Caroli on the 250.
I would say they got about a 98% chance.
98%.
To win it. Yeah, if they don't win it, then they probably should not go back for a while.
They
That's
probably
how I
shouldn't
feel
come
about it.
home.
Well, that too, but
Oh, Jeff.
they should win this year, I would think. But
I gotta believe that would probably kill the nations for a few years if the U.S. stayed out of it.
yeah, probably. It'd probably
What if
make
they
a lot of
lost
other
this
nations
year?
not go back.
They'd
What if they
probably
lost
say,
this year and then didn't go back because of the? You think people would say it's because we lost 3 years in a row?
they'd probably secretly say, you know what? If you come back next year, we'll let you win.
Just so they come back again after that.
Exactly, because they know that it's history if U.S. isn't involved.
Yeah.
America.
I don't know. They should win this year though. I don't see why they wouldn't. I guess, but
Yeah, I don't see any reason why
barring
they
some
don't.
kind of mechanical or injury of some kind, they should be able to win. But
Well, heck, even with the mechanical, you get to throw away one race, so
yeah,
I think they should be in good shape to knock it out. The only one, the Belgians won last year, and I think they might have the same team.
Who do they have?
It's got to be like Van Horbeek, De Dijker, and
I don't think the Dijker hardly raced all of the GP this year though, did he? He was. I don't know if he's even
been hurt. He is so big. Like, that dude is the biggest guy in the world, I think.
He is like 7 feet tall, probably.
Like I said, I'm excited to see Piroli on a 250. I think they were saying that like Steve Lamson, Piroli, and Villapoto are the only 3 guys to win races on a 250.
Yeah, no one's ever won both motos though on a 250 like Villapoto did.
Yeah, Villapoto's the only one that did that.
That's because he's a cheater.
PED.
Did I say that out loud? Oh no.
I didn't hear you.
No, I was reading your mind.
Telekinesis to me.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, we have a rule about big words, Matt.
Yeah,
I don't think that was a real word anyway that I just said. So
it sounded good.
Yeah, that's right. Fucking DeSalle's not going to make it this year for Belgium, and he's definitely the strongest one on their team. So they're kind of screwed.
I think a lot of the guys are hurt that this year. I don't know, maybe not. But it seems like there's other guys that they wouldn't normally have picked that are there for certain teams. So it's almost like they're super underdogs, but you never know, I guess.
What's the deal with, like, France picked the worst team they could have of all the people they had to pick from? They picked, like, there was 3 guys that were more qualified than who they picked, and they passed over all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like, why do that?
It's obvious they're surrendering.
Yeah, they surrendered before they started. At least send someone out there to wave the white flag. Don't send.
They just don't even want to start.
Well, that's why Caroli's dropped it down, ain't it? So they give him a better chance to win.
Yeah, I don't know. The guys they picked must have been, or whoever their third guy is, must be better on a. I don't know. They didn't have a 250 guy, basically.
Yeah.
He'll be good on that.
Well, I don't know.
He's
already, so he's already underpowered with the 350. The 250 is probably not going to be a whole lot different.
I wouldn't be shocked if he wins the Moto on that bike.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not good when the host is yawning.
I'm tired.
You could still cover it up when you yawn.
No, I'm letting it out.
So is there any official word yet on if RV's leaving 100%? I mean, we all know probably, but
I don't think there'll be an official word until it actually happens, but
we all can agree that he's not racing here anymore.
Yeah, I don't see him coming back here.
Is the story I heard at all accurate with, and I don't know if that was us talking about it a couple weeks ago, that his knee was jacked up? Did you say that, Jeff? Where it was worse than they thought?
No,
that must have been right after Supercross, wasn't it?
What are you talking about? Like, why he's not racing?
See, I can't remember.
Well, yeah, that's why he didn't race.
No, I thought I read or heard somewhere that his knee was worse than they thought, so he wasn't going to be ready for Supercross. So that's why he was going to go over there and race, because he could make that one. Otherwise, he wouldn't be riding in time or ready for... U.S.
Don't they start
That's
the
what I was saying.
GPs at the end of February or something?
Yeah. March.
So a
they
month
start.
he wouldn't be ready? Oh, wow. I think that's an
That's
excuse.
what they were saying. They were saying the rehab on his knee wouldn't allow him to get on a bike until like November, and he didn't feel that was enough time to be ready for Supercross. So he was going to take the extra, 2 months. But I mean, it's pretty much he's either retiring or going over there, and I still,
Well, that doesn't
who
make any
knows?
sense because most guys when they get later in their career don't want to race outdoors anyway because it's a lot harder on their body, so they want to make their body last. That seems like he's defeating the purpose of healing his knee just to go demolish his knee again.
There's still a really
doing
good possibility
outdoors,
that
but yeah.
because he's been known to say, "Yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this," and then at the 11th hour,
Well,
I'm not.
he did that too when it came to outdoors. He said he was racing
Yeah.
and then didn't. So
That's what I'm saying, man. I think he's
I don't know.
probably going
I
to
hope
retire. I
he-
bet he's going to retire because how do you go to Europe? How do you fire your trainer, get rid of your place to practice, and is he going to go to Europe and practice in Europe for 3 months leading up to the races, or is he going to just stay? I don't know. He sold his property. I don't know to who, but I don't know if Roxon bought it or what.
Maybe he's going to go over there and drink beer and ride his dirt bike and doesn't give a shit where he finishes. How do you like them apples?
he'll probably go hunting because I imagine that's what he'll want to do. So.
Yeah.
He's kind of a
Did you
big
guys see
hunter,
the-
dude.
Did you guys see the poll on Racer X that said, "What's the best motocross name for a baby boy?"
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, and
I
none of them were even like cool at all.
No, like Brock is on there twice. Like, who gives a shit how you spell it? It's still the same name.
Yeah.
What a stupid poll that is.
Way to go, Wygant. He probably
Then-
came up with that one.
They've never had a good poll though, so what do you expect?
That's true. And everybody knows the best kid's name is Thor for someone who rides.
I had a question, and now I kind of forgot. Oh, yeah. Here's my question. What's going to happen since if Alden Baker is going to Dungey and Roxon's still training with him, even though Roxon's going to be on Suzuki and under Carmichael, but Dungey rides at Carmichael's place? How does that all going to work? Anyone have any ideas on that?
Well, I don't think there's any contracts involved there, so it probably really
No, but
doesn't matter.
It's kind of strange, though. He's switching teams and all this and that, and then all of a sudden they're right back, hanging out with each other, but they're totally different teams and bikes and all that. Kind of cool, I guess, or kind of weird, but
In any other sport, I would say that's weird and kind of a conflict of interest, but in Moto, I think that happens so much already, with guys from different teams practicing depending on where they're living or where they're staying, that
yeah.
I don't think there's anything really all that weird about it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it either.
Who's to say that Roxon's going to stick with Baker?
Well, I don't know if he will,
Is there
but
anything long term? Yeah, who knows if that even is a real deal anymore? I mean, he might just, he may.
well, that would have only been a 1-year deal then that he was with Villapoto and stuff, but
What I can't figure out with these guys is, all right, you pay a trainer, why do you need to pay him for more than 1 year anyway? I mean, is the guy, what are you learning after a year that you don't already know from the guy? You obviously he already has a good program, so why does he still need a trainer involved?
well, it's probably just to keep him on that regimen the same so he doesn't slack off, because self-motivation might be hard, I don't know.
I guess I just don't see why you need to pay a trainer to do that. I mean, get married.
Get married.
They'll keep you on a regimen.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird because I'm sure he's paying them, $100,000 a year probably to be his trainer. So.
I bet it's more than
I
that.
think Villapoto was paying about $250K for Baker.
Yeah.
I don't know where I heard that number somewhere. I think so.
Probably got it off of TalkinMoto.com.
Probably.
Yep, probably.
You guys break all the stories at that website. Speaking of your website, I got a beef with your new picture. I mean, I like the idea, but like, that's like the worst photograph of me ever taken right there. And I'm wearing old gear from 2010 that doesn't even match my helmet. This was Sunday of Labor Day. The only reason I wore it is because I wanted to wear my new stuff, my fly gear, on Monday, and I just look stupid.
Don't yell at the web guy.
Well, in all fairness, you can't even really tell it's you because all I can see of it is your extreme right side in your hand. So.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I can see my entire, like, almost my entire left arm. I'm just missing my, like, wrist.
Yeah, that's what
And
kind of stinks. It just depends on what resolution you have your screen set up. Because, yeah,
How do I change that? Because I did notice that, like, on my phone, it's definitely better than it is on my computer.
Also, I might bring this up too, Scott. It looks like you gave a little more space to Jason. Like, his slide or his vertical column is a little wider than mine by about a centimeter.
Yeah, well, you know,
I'm not really sure I
It's
care
because
for
we
that.
know who the important was is around here. I'm the one that tows all the weight.
At least you got a good picture of you.
well, that's the other thing too. I need to find a horizontal photo, you know, that I can't stretch or. I just grabbed them on Facebook, so that's the best ones I could find. If you would like a different one, please.
Did you copyright him?
Yeah.
I think
Well, he
that's,
stole them.
I think that's pirating.
Yeah, I'm just borrowing it.
No.
I am gonna
As long as
require
you
a
give it
different.
back, okay.
As much as I like that picture, I'm gonna require a new one because I'm not wearing a Bell helmet in that picture, and that goes against my contract.
Yeah. You got a Bell helmet now? When did you get that?
A couple weeks ago.
He hasn't wore it yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw that.
Yeah, I
on
have.
Facebook.
When did you wear it? At Jordan, I suppose.
I wore it at Jordan. I wore it at the race at Millville. I've worn it a
So
lot.
are you guys
I'm
coming
just
to come
about
up
buy
for the
a
hair
new one.
scramble at Staples or what?
When is that?
The 5th. October 5th.
I'll put it on the
'Cause
calendar.
There's a
'Cause I'm
fall
going
blaze
to be-
that day.
There is a
I know, the
fall
fall
blaze.
blaze is the 4th.
That could be a good time, actually.
I'm looking forward to it.
Matt, we were having the discussion this Sunday about everyone moving up to A that's in plus 25 now,
Yeah, you should.
making one big A class.
Yeah, 'cause I raced last weekend and there was 2 of us.
Did you get second?
I did, yeah. I won the first moto, but I got second moto.
What happened?
I just got weak sauce. Couldn't pass him.
Ask me how my weekend was, Matt.
Probably worse than mine. I don't know.
Well, I won 3 out of 4 motos, so it wasn't terrible.
Oh, did you? That was better than my weekend.
But
It was
I needed
just the
a little
overall
bit of luck.
result.
I needed a little bit of luck and/or a fast friend, and I had neither.
You had nothing.
How?
I was back 4 points in plus 25B, and oh, hold on, my stupid annoying clock's going off.
I can't hear it. You're good.
Oh,
I can't hear it either.
Well, so I'm back 4 points. So I needed to finish first and have someone finish in between me and the other guy. And
No luck.
all I could do was go out and win because I couldn't really run. I didn't want to run him over, or crash into him, or whatever. And first moto, I'm watching the race behind me because that's all I'm worried about. I'm ahead of these two, but I'm kind of watching them, and I see that they're getting kind of close, and I was getting all anxious watching this guy make a run at him in the whoops, and then he was never able to close the deal. So then everything fell on the last moto, and man, for a while it looked really good. The guy I needed to beat him started ahead of Jason, the other Jason, and it looked like he had him. I mean, every time I look back, I seen him ahead of him until the last lap. I look back and all I see is the number 80, and I thought, what the heck? So,
Oh yeah, is that Jason O or whatever?
How many times do I have to apologize? I'm sorry, all right?
Hey, man. It happens.
Hey,
I know I blew it.
better not let it happen next time.
That'll never happen again, because honestly, I'm so bummed about it.
That's okay. I'll just keep reminding him that he never beat me in a race all year. So
It's,
I got that to hang my hat on.
It's true.
yeah. I used to say that too about Josh and Trin, but then they started beating me more, and I didn't like it.
Well, he was riding good because that's the closest to me I think he's ever been. But I can't say that I rode all that great in the first moto. Second moto, I could have put a pretty good gap on him because I was really jacked up and giving it my all. So
Get yourself a Yamaha.
That second moto was the most intense race I've watched all year. And I wasn't even watching you.
Well, trust me, man. I kept looking back too, trying to get a glimpse of it to see what was happening.
I still love
So
you flinging your arm up in the air on the last lap.
That's because I saw Jason come over the tabletop.
It was just perfect. I'm standing alongside the Dirty Dozen out on the track. Jeff Crum's around the corner, just throws his arm up in the air like, what the hell?
So, what's the points difference then? It's just like
1.
It was 1.
Uno?
Yep.
That's terrible.
It's so funny because
That's almost worse than getting crushed. 1 point, you're so close, but
because you look back at I think I won 3 times. I raced 6 times in that class, so I think I won 3 times, got second a couple times, and then I got a 5th. Randomly, I get this terrible finish. I don't even remember what the issue was. I remember not being able to ride very well because I don't know. It was Labor Day weekend. I don't know what my problem was, but I got 5th. Were you in that race, Jason?
Labor Day weekend?
On Sunday?
I was not there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I raced both on that Sunday.
I think you beat me that day too, so I can blame you 2 different ways.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Those of us that win championships are there to go arounds and are willing to do battle. It's not our fault that you people that want to show up when you feel like it to race don't show up at other times. So, fight me.
So who got what then in the championship?
Well, Jason O'Connell won it. I got second. I have no idea about third. And then Vet, you won it, and I got second in both classes. Damn it!
Yes, you did.
That's terrible.
It really is.
It's good for Jason though.
Which Jason?
There's too many
Jason
Jasons
play.
here.
Yeah.
For winning the championship.
I'm pretty fired up about it. I'm not going to lie. It only took me 10 years.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet to get one. I got a few of them.
Now we just got to move on to bigger and better things.
Yep, A class next year. I'm going to go to Loretta's next year.
You know what? If a few more people would commit to moving up, I'd be all about it. If it wasn't for Loretta's.
I'm gonna move up for Loretta's.
I want to go to Loretta's once, and then once that's done, I'm done with that. I want to do it once, see if I can make it, and then move up.
That's my plan next summer.
See, I'd be happy to throw in the towel, trying to make one trip to Loretta's, failing miserably. But now everybody's telling me they're doing it again next year. So.
What? Failing miserably?
I didn't even do it, so.
Well, that's what I mean, but it's like a repeat of last year at this time where everybody said, let's do Loretta's, let's do Loretta's.
That's right.
Yeah,
when
I got nothing holding me back next year, so.
We decided the Sunday that Loretta's got over last year that we were doing Loretta's this year.
Okay, so it was right after my birthday.
Yep.
Yeah, right around my birthday. I remember that.
Yep.
Well, let's decide right now.
Well, that's because I turned 30. That's why it came up to me. I'm like, oh, I'll be racing vet. Let's do it.
I gotta
I'm
get
all
myself
about
a 450 though.
I'm kind of wondering if like a 350 or like punching out mine to like a 290 would be an ideal setup.
I think I'm gonna have a pretty sweet setup motor-wise next year. I'm pretty fired up about that.
Big
Well,
board.
mine definitely needs some help.
I am not gonna
Scott,
bore.
are you there? Are you sleeping?
I'm here.
Oh. I heard a bunch of crickets, so I wasn't sure.
Oh no, I'm listening. I am
He's
not.
entertained, damn it.
Yeah, I'm not going to Loretta's. One, it's hot.
Hey, you should come there and support everyone. That's what you should do.
Yeah, we're gonna need a couple of pit bitches.
Hey,
Yeah.
You know, I will say this: Scott
All
is a
of it.
very good mechanic, and not so much with the mechanical side of things, but a good guy to have around to help you out at the track.
I was ready.
That was awesome having you at Mount Carroll. I don't know if I said it, but I do really appreciate the fact that you drove down there because that was a good time.
Yeah, you kind of had everything under control, but I was there if needed.
And you got credit for my bike, which I thought was funny. Like, yep, it was all him. He did it. His bike. I just ride it.
Yeah. Kind of a big deal. Do you know where the regionals and areas are for next year already, or?
No, that won't come out till spring.
No, you'll find out. You'll find out before the first of the year because they start qualifying in January and stuff on all these other places.
I don't think. I don't know
They
about
start-
that because they
In
have to have.
February, some of the new qualifiers, or when the first qualifiers start.
Yeah, but it depends on the region because I don't know if the district schedule is made by then, and it has to be made before they can decide where it's going.
I would bet that it's at Little Falls is the area.
Well, I would just about
That's almost
guarantee you,
100% sure of that.
yeah, I guarantee you Little Falls will have an area, but when it comes to the regional, I don't think they can make that decision yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure the other districts, they can do that because they have their schedules out quicker because they don't have to wait so long, but
Because it doesn't snow.
yes,
Pussies.
And they don't have 9,000 races probably in the summer.
exactly.
But hey, what do you do when you only got 6 months to ride, I guess? I guess they got to have a bunch of races.
Well, that's where I disagree with you, but
Well, that's probably their thought, but
yeah.
It looks like the earliest one that I'm seeing from this year was February 22nd.
Where was that at?
All right. February 22nd was Elizabeth City in North Carolina.
why I've been there.
That
I was there.
That was the Northeast qualifier.
Hmm.
And then the Southeast was Florida. They don't count. There's one in Indiana, March 22nd. March 8th, Illinois.
I was just waiting for somebody to say, "Yep, see, we got to go to Indiana and get on the first one." I'm waiting for all those big plans to start again.
Hey, I'll go if I can ride this winter. That's my biggest thing.
Texas.
Well, you guys got to realize the area qualifier is such an easy step that.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
plan
not.
for two of them.
I'm not traveling to another area qualifier that's any
No.
farther away than Tigerton because that's just a waste of time.
We should plan a Texas trip, though, for March sometime, or February.
I'll go along with that. I'll add it to my 4 trips south this winter.
Because I'm going to go, like, every month. So,
Do they still
Problem
do?
with that is I'd run out of money before we even got to Loretta's. One
Budget.
that's where
Budget.
SKD comes in. He's sponsoring everyone,
Who is?
right?
Not like SKD.
DMP?
SKD, I think, yeah.
Oh, I can write a check to anybody.
A rubber one.
It's not like you guys forget how to ride. None of us do. Just getting into shape is the biggest thing.
What the hell was I going to just ask? Ah, you sidetracked me.
Well, I have an opportunity to go south several times this winter, and I plan on taking them up on that. So
I'll be there.
Do you know where they're going, Jason? Or is it Texas or
I think
wherever?
it's generally sooner, but
Hey, I got something for you that involves what this podcast is about, kind of.
bowling.
Volleyball?
Yep. So, you know Mitchell Oldenburg, right?
Yes, guest from a few weeks ago.
Yep. So I just saw on his, I think it was McCoy's Instagram, he posted a picture of Mitchell's new bike, or new graphics, because his new number is 52 for next year.
Ooh.
And he's got Crossland Racing Motorsport graphics all over his bike, the same thing that Jimmy Albertson had last year with that rig and everything.
Really?
So it looks like he may be riding under that tent, under that rig with them this year, perhaps.
Awesome. Had a kid.
So he might have a free ride to all the Supercrosses.
We probably better call him and ask.
Yep.
I know he didn't want to jinx it when we had him on.
Yeah. So it was, it's pretty sweet though.
Be good for him to get to all the races next year.
Yeah, without having to pay anything out of his own pocket. And out of an actual a legit, hauler.
I don't know. It's got to be sweet running out of a van. Come on. Get to see the country.
I'm sure it is.
Drive all night. No?
Spend all your money.
Yeah. I'll have to hop on there and see if I can spot that.
It's the picture is it's just basically his front number plate, but you can see his side shroud, and that's where it says it all. He must have been up at that Han Brothers Supercross race is where it was, and I think that's where the picture was taken. But I could be wrong.
I see it.
I've been wrong before.
Let's starting rumors.
Factory Honda.
Yep. Muscle Milk got him.
I see the header pipe. That's definitely Honda. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh god. Trapped. This isn't good.
What happened?
Cables underneath the wheels. So what else is going on, Matt? Do they still do that the Moto Dome? Is that still going on in the winter?
Yeah, yes it is.
Do you do any?
I haven't been there though, and last year I went once. No, I didn't go at all last year. I didn't ride my dirt bike last year. The year before I went a couple times. But they just have open practice. They don't do any races in there anymore. It's just practice.
Do you know if they get a decent turnout or no?
When I went last, they did pretty well. There was time where there was probably, I don't know, 30 or 40 bikes. I mean, doesn't seem like a lot, but it is quite a bit. They had probably they had a few quads, but they had probably 30 or 40 bikes in there a couple times when I was there. But it's kind of one of those things that if it's warm enough out, people will show up, but if it's cold, you only get the diehards, maybe. I guess you'd call them.
Last time.
But if it's like 30 degrees out is when you get a lot of people showing up, when it's somewhat warm.
Right.
That's kind of how it is over at the litter box too. When it's cold out, nobody bothers, but when it starts getting warm, man, you're making your way over.
Yeah, you get a lot more people when it is warm.
That's horrible. That is funny though, Jason.
Well, I would like to take credit for it, but I didn't come up with it.
The litter box. Yeah, last time I was there, I almost died.
At the
The litter
Moto?
box?
No, at Moto Dome.
Oh.
I got, I'm going to say the wrong word. Your exhaust, is that carbon monoxide? Or
Monoxide?
or is it dioxide? Which is the other one?
Carbon monoxide is what you release out of your body, I believe, ain't it?
No, dioxide is
That's
what
dioxide,
you release out of your
yeah.
body. Monoxide is exhaust.
Monoxide is the bad stuff.
I
Yeah.
had it ass backwards. So,
Either way, they're both bad.
so we go.
Well, they're only bad for us. They're good for plants. Carbon dioxide is.
They're okay in limited doses, but you don't want to sit there and breathe all of it.
Yeah, because I think when we were up there, it was Saturday practice, and then we got a hotel, and we were going to go back for Sunday. And, yeah, we got back to the hotel, and, yeah, people puking. And
Well, it must have been because it doesn't get. I mean, I don't know how it would get bad in there. I mean, the only time you ever notice is when you got like all the 50s out there because they're all smoky. Otherwise, you don't even notice the other.
ugh, it was.
That's how it is with all those indoor races and practices and whatever. It's like as long as the 4-strokes are out, it's never that bad. But man, after them 2-strokes, it's
pretty
hard
bad.
to be around that. But I feel that way with any 2-strokes now anywhere. I mean, you're sitting at Millville the last time I was down there. I'm waiting to go out for practice, and I think I had 4 or 5 2-strokes right in front of me, and they're all warming them up. And like the guy directly in front of me was nice enough to turn his bike sideways, and I was like, dude, thank you. But the rest of them, it's just like, oh my God, you guys, you're killing me back here.
Yeah, they stink inside there. It doesn't have anywhere to go, so.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know anyone that went down to, was it Oak Hill? Was that this weekend?
Oak Ridge
It was Oak Ridge. Damn
for
it.
the Pro-Am. I don't know anybody real well that went down there.
All the stuff I'm seeing online, it looked like people were having a good time.
Well, you ask anybody in Iowa about that track, and it's the cat's ass. It's the best track ever built, but I guess I can't speak from experience, haven't been there, but from what I've heard from guys around here is it's a little bit overrated, but
People
but I've heard as far as an event that it was a pretty good time, so.
Matt, are you at home now?
Yeah, I'm just filling out some paperwork.
Want us to
I'm
get rid
still
of you?
here. You can in a second. I gotta go inside. Everyone's sleeping, I think, so.
You know what doing paperwork means in the trucking industry, don't you?
Sure.
It means wiping your ass. Are you wiping your ass right now?
No, I'm just picking it.
All right.
Because you wiped it a little bit earlier, and now you're picking out the dingleberries?
Yeah, it finally dried, so I can pick it out.
Whoa.
No, I'm filling out this freaking credit application for gas for the house, so.
Oh, important stuff.
Yep, important stuff.
Well, cool, man. Well, thanks for
So,
coming on the show.
yeah, hopefully you got some more listeners now. No.
Probably.
I tell you what, man, things just blew up. I mean, the chat room is going
Oh.
nuts, and
I bet. I'm sure people love listening to us talk like normal people about nothing. Like we're having a 4-way phone call with each other.
Yeah.
Is all.
I decided that we're kind of the Seinfeld of.
You got to
Moto
talk about the
podcast.
Red Bull Straight Rhythm because that's next weekend.
Oh, we will. I got some stuff to say about that.
It's gonna-
Crazy.
Because that's going to be sweet, I think.
You think so?
Hang on a
I
second.
think it'll be pretty sweet.
Why? Why? Why?
That was uncalled for. That was unnecessary. Very inappropriate.
If you're gonna do stuff like that, at least make it timely.
Very, very immature.
Oh, my bad.
So you're not like super excited about it?
Who? Oh,
Scott.
I, I just hopefully I'm wrong. I think it's just gonna be overhyped, and it's gonna be kind of boring. And the only thing that I saw today from like the milestone practice was the dudes were doing some pretty sweet whips. Other than that, I think it's gonna be kind of cool if you're there.
Oh, it's not a freestyle event.
Huh?
It's not a freestyle event. Whips don't matter.
Hey.
I feel like the first few runs are going to be sweet as hell, and then it's going to be like, all right, sweet. We get to watch these guys keep on doing this.
Well, it is a best of 3, ain't it? So they get to go head-to-head. The better 2 of 3. So 1 wins, they're not eliminated, but if they lose the second time, then they're done.
Yeah.
Or if they go 1-1, and then it's straight drag. That's what I think is going to be cool about it, because I guess we don't know what it's going to be like, so I guess I'm going in with an open mind anyway. I think it's going to be kind of cool, but it's going to be different than a regular Supercross race. I mean, you get all these guys that they go out there and they follow someone because they don't want to pass them or whatever. You know, they're too much respect for the guy, so they don't ever ride them, you know, race them hard or anything like that. But I think it'll be totally different when you got a straight drag race to go and try to be perfect with your timing.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is going to be, you know, obviously fitness isn't going to really weigh into the situation at all. I mean,
no.
a little bit, but not, you know, like normal moto or normal supercross. So
yeah,
that's going to be different for sure. But I don't know. I'm trying not to.
It's all about who can be the most technical and smooth, but
yeah, I like to be a pessimist because then I'm not disappointed when it's.
Yeah, I don't know. That's how I feel about the Monster Cup, though. I get way too optimistic about that, and it's been kind of boring. But
yeah, that's how I was at first too. The first year they had it was like, oh, this is gonna be so awesome, and it was like, oh, this is just a pretty good Supercross.
That was because Villapoto won it, and then it was boring.
Pretty much.
I remember that second year was unbelievable when they both missed the Joker lane.
That was last year.
Like, mind-blowing.
That was
Like,
last year.
How does that even happen?
It was pretty funny.
I thought it. Well, I mean, it's racing in October, so. And what sucks is once that's over, there's nothing for like 3 months.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks. Is it's cool that you get some of these off events and stuff, but they're way too soon. But I suppose they want to do that, you know, to keep people more prepared too for Supercross. But for fans and people that like racing, it sucks because you had a long time to sit there and wait. The only good thing is hockey starts. So.
Well, I think if it was any closer to Supercross, you wouldn't see near as many riders getting involved in it either.
No, you wouldn't see any big names.
Yeah. So.
But they said I think there was $100,000 pro purse at this one at the Straight Rhythm.
Yeah. Well, Red Bull I think puts up some pretty good money when they have their events. So.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do the Red Bull Cup instead of the Monster Cup, and like the weekend after.
Then they can have a Rockstar Cup and.
Yeah.
You know, don't get down, Jeff, because honestly, if they keep showing the racing like they have been on MAV TV lately, and they keep that going, I mean, there's a lot of good racing out there that hasn't been seen yet. I watched the British stuff last weekend, and that was pretty damn cool to see. Maybe it's just because I've never watched that before, but something different.
He was not listening to you.
You have time to watch TV. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The only events that I watch on TV are Supercross. I don't, and Motocross. I don't watch anything else really on a regular basis. So.
Well, neither do I, but I'm just saying.
Hey Matt,
I need a team that understands me.
You want to hang out, or do you got to get going?
No, I can still talk.
Or if you guys want to talk, I gotta go to the. We need to hit up this break, is what we need to do.
I'm all right with that.
You want to hang on?
Sure, yeah, for a little bit.
All right, cool. Well, it's a couple minutes long, so just hang tight.
All right.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Can we still talk?
No talking.
Oh man.
You rookie.
Put him on hold.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? I just want to say thank you to everyone out there that's been supporting the Talkin' Moto podcast. It has been amazing. We have a great group of guys. We have an awesome list of sponsors. So please keep sharing, keep liking, keep spreading the word about the Talkin' Moto podcast. And I hope you're enjoying the show. A special thanks to Motokazi.com. Motokazi holds AMA District 23 sanctioned races at both Kellogg and Mankato, as well as hosts the Motokazi Supercross Championship Series, which is all over Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. They also have organized practice at Kellogg, Jordan, and at Mankato, as well as offer race schools, so you can get all tuned in on all your riding techniques. Make sure to check out Motokazi.com for more details. We would like to thank Mike from MB1 Suspension. Based out of Corona, California, they offer suspension, engine, and coating services. Please give them a call today at 951-371-5045 or check them out online at mb1suspension.com and make sure to tell them that you heard about them from us on the Talkin' Moto podcast. Hey, we got Andy and Chad from The Open Mic. It's a weekly comedy podcast, and they talk about anything and everything, and they usually do. I've been on the podcast a few times, and it is a good time for sure. It's Friday nights, 8 p.m. Central. It's available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. There's more information available online at theopenmicpodcast.com. Pro Action by FTM is one of our many great sponsors. FTM offers support to you, the rider, trackside, so when you need it the most, FTM is there for you. Not only do they offer great suspension work, but they also have many other great bike parts and accessories to help you out on the track. So make sure to check them out today at finetune.com. The Talkin' Moto podcast is proud to announce that they've teamed up with Plainview Powersports. Plainview Powersports is your Kawasaki motorcycle, ATV, and side-by-side headquarters. Located in Plainview, Minnesota, you can reach them at 507-534-3520 or check them out online at plainview-powersports.com. All right, thanks everyone for listening to us on the Talkin' Moto podcast. We really appreciate it. If you can, go on to our website, talkinmoto.com. Support those that are supporting us. Everyone's link is up on the website. We're on Stitcher, we're on iTunes, we're on SoundCloud. Everything gets posted up on YouTube. So please, give us a like, share, subscribe, and I hope you're enjoying the show. So let's get back to it. Matt's still there. I hear him.
I'm here. I'm breathing hard.
That's okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if that's a wrong thought to have on the straight rhythm. I think it's going to be cool, but it just seems like a lot. Maybe they won't show all of it on TV or however they're going to do it, so it won't be so bad, but I don't know.
Well, it's only a half mile long. It can't be more than 30 seconds probably, I suppose, each race, but...
Because don't they have like 30, isn't there 32 guys or a 32 rider format?
32, yeah, I think so.
All right, I don't know if everyone else is back, but I'll ask this question. How long before Pastrana blows his knee out?
Which one?
I think he already did.
Are you being serious?
I don't think he'll do that. I think what he's gonna do is go out there and then pull a backflip off the finish line. That's what I think he's gonna do. Something crazy like that.
He's got to live that long first.
Did you see that video they posted up today?
I did.
Oh my god.
That's insane.
The beginning part of that video is why I would not want to be Travis's friend. I don't know if you caught that. It's when the kid.
I didn't see it yet. No.
Oh, they built like this super kicker ramp. And
yeah, huh. That one I did see.
And did you see the beginning where the kid on the BMX bike hits it and like doesn't land on the airbag?
It. Yep, I would probably not ever do that again.
I'd sue him.
Ouch. So, yeah, I don't know. That was pretty crazy. And then what?
I thought. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, what would be the point of like that big super one at the end? Like, I don't know. You'd need like a super spongy. I couldn't imagine trying to do some of that stuff he was doing into that bag to anything remotely close to something you could land on and ride away from it.
Yeah, he's doing some crazy stuff. And then he tried a triple backflip.
Yeah. And you would be dead.
Well, even if you landed that, you know how hard, even when you're coming down off that big a jump, how hard you're coming, you know.
Right.
Even if you were doing it to dirt, he's still falling freaking 50 feet and then land on your suspension. That still is going to hurt. I don't think you'd ever land it anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the bike would just disintegrate out from underneath.
Yeah. Yeah, you're falling way too far and way too hard that you couldn't land it, I don't think, anyway. It's cool to try, but I don't think you'd ever want to do it on the dirt. But
I don't think I'll probably try it, period.
No, I don't think I will for a while.
Not on purpose.
No.
Oh, shoot. What else did you have, Jason?
Well, does anybody else think it's kind of weird that all of a sudden the Stewart brothers are coming back for the Red Bull Straight Rhythm?
Well, they are sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah.
I know, but now they just mysteriously come out of the woodwork.
Are you?
Well, I don't think they went anywhere, but if you look back, there was a video before on Transworld of Malcolm riding and stuff before the last Utah race. He had no numbers on the side of his bike, but he was practicing out at Milestone or Glen Helen or someplace with a bunch of, one of the practice days.
Mm-hmm.
But he never did race the last one. So he's been riding and stuff for quite a while, even though he had that whatever happened to him.
Well, that's what I don't get. I mean,
and James, I think I'm sure he's been riding, but who knows where. But
I
imagine it's a pretty big deal for them to be sponsored by Red Bull that they'd want them there. But
you would also think that Red Bull would want him racing too.
Yeah.
But
they probably do, but the other legal issues that happen probably prevent them from doing that right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying is
from them, but this one it doesn't do anything.
Does this mean guilty verdict? Because they know they can do this and there's no testing, so what the hell?
I don't know.
Are you suggesting that he's boosting?
I'm suggesting conspiracy. And every one of you is in on it.
I would say I bet he'll be at Anaheim, but I don't think we'll find that out like Villapoto until the week before.
Oh, I'm sure.
It seems like things are going to. I don't know. It seems like you don't hear enough about it to know that one way or the other that he's either going to race or not. I guess so.
Yeah. I just thought that was a little bit weird. I mean, I didn't see that till today. And yeah, obviously they're sponsored by Red Bull. It makes sense they're going to be there. But
doesn't it seem weird to you that Malcolm's still riding that Troy Lee bike, even though, I mean, I think it's probably his practice bike, I'm sure that he got, but he's racing that there at the, it's got all their sponsor stickers and everything else on it.
Yeah.
Even though they don't have Hondas and he didn't get re-signed, so.
So you stole that bike?
No, they give him practice bikes or whatever. But
you're racist.
I didn't say I'm a racist. It's a thief.
He's a thief.
Shoot.
Damn.
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
Not good.
Did you see that Nico Izzy's coming back for that, and somehow he's going to be got some kind of something lined up to race Supercross too?
Oh, you really?
Yeah. I don't know who would have ever thought of that, but
That's a name I've given up on.
well, it seems weird because he raced in 2013. It's only been a year. I thought it was longer ago.
It seems like it's been a lot longer than that, but he kind of fell off the face of the earth before he actually quit racing, though, too. I mean, he wasn't really doing anything, it seems like.
Yeah, and then he came back on the Rockstar Yamaha team, and then he was on Suzuki, and then he ended up tearing his ACL, and didn't get the race that whole summer because he tore his ACL. He raced the one race the first weekend, and then got hurt.
When are they going to come up with a way to keep people from tearing ACLs?
I don't know. It's weird too because it seems like if you can still race through it. Some people don't get them fixed right away, but they must be bad enough to do them right away sometimes.
Either, I don't know, both times. I've had one fixed, and I have one that I never got fixed. And honestly, I would never have one fixed again because by the time I went to get the first one fixed, I was walking fine. I could have ridden. I never did, but I could have. And it was just kind of BS. Now I'm back on the couch for 6 months because I went.
Yeah, you got. Yeah.
So that's why the second time I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna see how this plays out. Honestly, it's never bothered me a bit since.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'll probably regret it when I'm older. But.
Wow.
You're gonna regret a lot of decisions you made when you're older.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna regret a lot of things when I'm older.
You can worry about that when you get older.
That's right. Got to live that long first.
That's right.
The way graduates from Farmington High School 2001 are dropping off the face of the earth, I probably don't have long. So.
Why? What's going on?
Oh, we lost another one this week.
I think we've had 4 die.
How do we say this? What happened? Like car crash?
you just said it.
What?
2 were car crashes, 2 were suicide. No, I'm sorry. 1 was a car crash. I meant 1 was an accident. 2 were accidents. 1 was 2 were suicide.
You had me wondering there for a second because I was like, wait a minute. I know this wasn't a car accident, and I didn't think it was suicide.
No good.
No. Hey,
Matt, you know one of them.
you never know.
You knew Ken Johnson, didn't you, Matt?
Who?
Ken Johnson?
I don't know.
He lived over by Watson's up on the hill later on. I don't know if you ever knew him, but him and TJ used to, they had a dirt bike that was their uncle's, which was like a KX 500, and we used to go rip on that, and I have my old 79 KX, or KDX 125 or whatever, and isn't that kind of funny? Now, I feel like somehow, so Ken and me rode dirt bikes quite a bit, and I think, who did I sell that bike to? Was it Phipps?
Yeah, I think Phipps ended up with that.
Didn't Scott ever have it, though? Weren't Phipps and Scotty kind of buddies?
I guess I don't remember that. I remember it sitting alongside Phipps's garage for years.
Okay.
That's the one that came from Bjorn, right?
Yep.
Yep.
No, wait a minute. No. That one came from Rusty Danclaw. I paid like $45 for it.
Oh.
From Rusty. I did buy one from Bjorn, but I don't think it was a dirt bike much. I think it was more of a dual sport thing.
Oh.
I don't know. I did buy one from Bjorn.
I don't know why I remember you buying that one from Bjorn, but I do. Me and Bjorn were pretty good buddies at that time.
He's the one who had all the adopted brothers and sisters, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Huh. So, It's all weird to me. I don't remember my childhood, apparently.
I don't either.
You remember it. You just remember it differently.
No, that's maybe true. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I don't know where I got that bike, I guess. I'm certain. I was pretty certain I paid $45 from Rusty.
I got my first dirt bike from Brett Yankee.
Really?
Thanks to me.
Yeah, Jeff got it. That was that KX80 he had, Brett had. That big wheel. Way back, 93 KX80.
Butt naked on a big wheel.
That, but that was
What?
that was before my time, so.
Isn't that on one of the Crusties? Butt naked on a big wheel around the block. Butt naked on a big wheel. I don't want no hippity hop. No?
You got me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sounds cool, though.
You've never seen any of the Krusty Demons of Dirt?
They're freestyle videos. They're not cool.
Yeah. I like to watch hetero movies.
I don't know if you... This is kind of... Well, everything tonight's off subject, but... Did you guys catch that TV reporter from up in Alaska? Did you see any of that today?
No.
So, the little bits that I've seen, she's on air live, and they're doing some report on, I don't know if it's legalizing of marijuana or what, and I don't know if she was for it and everyone else was against it or whatever. So, like, she's live on the air, and then she's reading her little bit, and all of a sudden she's kind of just stops, and she mumbles something else, and then she's like, pardon my language, but she says, fuck it, and walks off camera. And, like, the lady's like,
That's awesome.
we'll be right back. So, you guys will have to watch it. It's kind of funny.
So she was kind of like Ron Burgundy, just reading whatever the teleprompter said, even though
No, I think she had enough
she-
of that
she
place.
didn't want to.
She just wanted to quit.
Yep.
I quit this bitch.
She wanted to go smoke some weed. That's what she was going to do.
But,
You know what I just decided? I'm watching the new Fast and Loud right now, and they're doing Pikes Peak. I just decided I'm building a dirt bike to do Pikes Peak.
dear God.
I don't
God,
know
I was
what Pikes
thinking on
Peak
my
is.
way home today that it would be really fun to take like a 450, like what Evan's got, and make it into a street bike.
Yeah.
Like make it into a supermoto.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm watching these bikes, and I'm like, man, an '06 CRF 450, basically set up for supermoto, would just be awesome. I'm doing it.
Is that... Do they even do that anymore?
They're doing it on Fast and Loud right now. Aaron built a car for it.
No, not Pikes Peak. The supermoto.
No. Why you gotta get me all fired up?
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, they still race supermoto stuff.
I just never... Do they still do that out at... Is it DCTC? Is that right?
I don't know if they do or not.
Drawing blanks.
The only
I
thing
got
I
nothing for
ever
you.
drove on that track was a semi. And I spun a semi out on that track, actually.
Did they get mad at you?
No, actually, the instructor guy thought it was funny. And he was impressed that I didn't kill it.
She's like, this ain't my first rodeo, buddy.
Well, that's the funny part. It was my first rodeo. I was like 16.
Oh, funny.
It probably wasn't my first, but it definitely was one of my firsts.
So, Matt, when's the hare scramble? You said the first weekend in October,
Yeah,
right?
it's October 5th.
So are you racing it, Matt?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Killer.
So, like,
I'm
I've been saying I was gonna do it the last 3 years and I haven't, so I'm gonna do it this year.
So now you have
I don't
to.
have an excuse. I don't have an excuse not to. So
Is that
The more I think about it, the more I think that might be a good idea. Be a good excuse for me to come up and see you, and might be a good time.
come ride for 2 hours straight,
Yeah, that's no
and then
problem.
not be able to drive home because you got some serious monkey butt.
That's because you sit down too much. You just got to not sit
Yeah,
down.
that's true.
I'll put in some extra time at the practice track in the next couple weeks, and
do you have to get gas in that 2 hours?
I don't.
yeah,
I think it depends on how far they go into the woods. I don't know how big they make the loop at Staples or whatever, the woods course, but I would probably check in at like an hour and stop and get some.
yeah, you're
Just
not gonna make it 2 hours.
Because you don't want to run out in the middle of the woods and have to push your bike all the way back
Exactly.
5 miles away. You don't want to do that.
I've never heard of anybody with a stock fuel tank. Actually,
You can make it an hour just fine, but you can't. I don't think
an
you can go
hour's
two.
fine. But the last one I just did an X class, and that was an hour, and my 450 was pretty low when I got done.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would come in an hour, grab some water, and then grab some gas and go.
You don't even really have to come in if it's like Carver anyway. I mean, you just set your fuel can out there by the track and
Yeah.
pull off, and
Yeah, you can just stop right there whenever. I don't know. I went the first year they had it at Staples, which I think was 4 years ago, and then Lance raced, and I was going to do it that day, but I didn't. I didn't really want to wreck my bike, so I see what he did, and he freaking loved it, and he won. He won C class, but it was
a
pretty
good
sweet.
time,
I just
but
haven't done it. But
I felt like that the whole time. I thought, man, number one, 450 probably wasn't the best bike.
yeah,
And number two, I felt like I was just destroying it the whole time.
yeah. My clutch is probably gonna be fried, but it'll be worth it. It'll be fun. $30. I mean, shoot, you get to ride for 2 hours straight. That's not bad.
You know what? The way I see it, at least this one's at the end of the season. So, I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm planning on.
Now here's a random question. I've never done a hair scramble, so is there practice for this, or is it just show up?
No.
And
No,
You
show up and
you have no idea what the woods is gonna look like.
go. Yep. It's actually
The hair scramble, you get to ride on part of the track too. You almost get to do a full lap.
Yeah.
At least at Staples they do that. You almost do a full lap on the track, but then you go in the woods.
You actually can be disqualified if you ride the track beforehand. That's a big stink in the district right now, is that there's been people that have been cheating when it comes to hair scrambles and enduros. Because they've been
So yeah,
the idea is they've been helping set up the course and everything, and they're
cut
trying
the course
to decide,
and then they go out there.
they're trying to decide if they're getting an unfair advantage by doing that.
Because I know some things with hair scrambles too. You have to work an event throughout the year too. Like if you're gonna race,
Yeah,
certain,
to run.
you gotta to run or whatever. You gotta work one of the events too.
Yep. If you're gonna run the series, you have to have
Yeah.
worker points.
So
the only thing that I really wouldn't like about the hair scramble is, and I'm guessing it would happen or it's going to happen, is you're going to hit a tree. I don't want to be going really fast and hit a tree.
So the last time I did it, I only hit 3 trees.
Big trees or little trees?
Big trees.
I hit a lot of little trees, but
Well, at Carver,
big ones probably.
at Carver, you ended up in these. I mean, they're basically hay fields for part of it, and they have the course set up. I mean, that's where I shined. I passed so many people in the hay field. It's like, why aren't you guys riding faster out here?
Yeah.
There's nothing here. Go. But the problem is, like, where you go back into the woods every time, it's like in between 2 trees that are like 3 feet apart. And I didn't realize that they were that close together until the last second, as I'm basically sliding sideways to try to get in there. and every lap I bounced off that same tree sideways. Like, I couldn't believe I still had a foot peg on that side of my bike. I kept hitting it so hard.
That's awesome.
It was fun.
What's up, honey?
What?
Oh, I was talking to my wife. I thought I was muted. Sorry.
Oh, you're not muted anymore.
So you recommend some bark busters?
No, God no. Bark busters do not belong on a dirt bike. Period.
Even in the woods?
No. All you do is end up breaking the bark buster, and you got one more thing jabbed into your hand.
But I thought the bark busters went in front and then like looped around and went into the handlebars. So when you hit the trees, they go flying, hopefully away from you.
Yeah, they do, but you still end up breaking them.
Matt, you got bark busters?
No.
I can't stand.
I do have some hand guards right now on my bike, but
I can't stand that. I rode a bike 2 weeks ago with handguards on it, and they just drove me nuts.
I don't mind doing. I go through phases where I like them, but I'll probably take them off.
My fingers are too long. I always run into them.
I think it was, is it UFO's handguards? I think I liked. I wasn't a big fan, like the Power Mad ones. I liked maybe how they mounted up to the bars, but they just kind of flapped around all the time. But, yeah, I think I was with Matt. There's sometimes I have them on, and then sometimes I'll take them off. Or you'll crash.
I don't really know why I do that, but...
Right. Or you'll crash and rip one off, so then you kind of have to take the other one off.
They make me feel fast sometimes.
Don't want to be that guy with one.
Yeah, I like rocking one.
Oh, that's a fumble. That's a fumble.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that football game. Dang it.
Sorry, Jason. We won't. We don't need to talk football.
Whatever. Whatever you gotta do.
I think we've actually, I don't know. I really didn't have too much lined up to talk about, and we filled our 2 hours up already.
You're welcome.
That's because Matthew Travis Klein came on.
Hooked us up.
That's right.
Oh, you guys.
I even got Jeff talking more.
Yeah, until he muted himself to talk to his wife.
Yeah.
Jason, is that the photo that I took at Millville a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I like that. I like that photo. It's the lighting kind of sucks, but in a way it's actually kind of cool because it draws more attention to what's in the background. So it's kind of a sweet pic, man.
I'll have to see if that's got a filter on it.
That does have a filter on it?
It might. I can take a look and see, and I'll send you the original one if it's something different.
I played around with it a little bit on Instagram, trying some different filters. It's all good.
Cool. All right, boys. That's it. Thanks for coming on, Matt. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Again.
You were on before.
Again. Yeah, I was on once before. That was a long time ago now.
Is it weird that we're almost a year old?
I can't believe that, dude. I can't believe we've been doing this for that long. Holy crap.
You'd think we'd be getting better.
Hey, we didn't have any technical difficulties tonight.
Good point. That is a good point.
It can only get better from here on out.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Wow. It should only get better from here on out.
It should.
It's gonna be tough to get worse.
Yeah.
Whoa. From the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I think it's been fun. I think we've talked to people I didn't think we'd ever talk to, and so.
Hey, you got to start someplace.
That's right.
You know,
You gotta end.
you had a lot of
too.
you had a lot of big names on, and then once you get Supercross going again, I mean, it's the off season now. What do you do? I guess so.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that before. There's a little bit going on, but
Maybe, you know, once the Nations is over this weekend, and then you got the Straight Rhythm, and then the Monster Cup, and
We got some stuff.
then look
yeah,
out.
yep. Then we're freaking going wild. I'll get the chat room fired up next time too again.
Monster
Yeah,
girls.
it's pretty slim pickings in there tonight. No
Yeah,
offense, Chris. We love you, but
I think Diana Dahlgren's going to be Miss Supercross again for 5th year in a row.
you think so? I think
I
she's
hope
probably
so.
I think she's a shoe-in.
I don't know.
I hope she did.
I seen some Instagram. She was working on some squats.
That's because she's getting back into her fitness stuff.
But yeah, it'll be cool. Yeah, it'll be nice. But and that's January already. Of course, it's gonna be snowing in no time. And I was thinking about this too. Maybe this isn't much to hang our hats on, but like, you know, everyone down south, yeah, they get a ride all year, but you guys ride on the ice, don't you? Or not so much anymore?
Nope,
No.
I never have.
That's sweet.
I rode my bike in the ditch when there was snow in it once. That was it.
You really are a Wisconsin hillbilly, aren't you, Scott?
Why? Because I want to ride dirt
Ride
bikes on the
on the
ice?
Why would we ride on the ice when there's such awesome facilities around to ride indoors?
You've
I don't like being cold, so I would never ride on the
I
ice.
don't like being cold either, but if you got someone that's got tires that are set up, it's pretty awesome.
I get in trouble when I ride on the ice. The last time I rode on the ice, I had 3 guys that wanted to kick my ass. So
They wanted to go fisticuffs, huh?
apparently, I wrecked 3 pretty expensive tip-ups.
I rode on the ice one time, but it was not by choice.
I think I wrecked 3 pretty expensive tip-ups.
Oh, I know I wrecked 3 tip-ups, but according to them, they were pretty expensive.
Oh man, that's funny.
It wasn't my fault. I didn't know that bike was going to slide like that for so long. And there would just happen to be 3 tip-ups in a perfect line that it would take out.
That's pretty good chances right there.
Yeah, they were pissed for a while, but towards the end of it, they were laughing about it, and we actually were drinking together. So I ended the night in their fish house drinking with them. So.
You're never gonna guess what happened.
And I paid for their tip-ups.
Oh, shoot. All right, boys. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Matt, for coming on.
Hey, you're welcome. That's all I did was
Anytime.
listen.